When the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Mentors, the fresh maker.
I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky.
You are too.
We're talking about mentors today.
Love some mentors.
Yes.
Yeah.
First of all, we have been very blessed in this area.
We have.
I will say. Although we've spent thousands and thousands of dollars.
It
kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah, it's been an uncomfortable amount of investment. And that first experience with that freaked me out.
However, I look back now and I think every coach, mentor, teacher that we have paid for either lessons or even technology, teach us how to do this or come teach us how to speak, help us mold our messages, they have been so well worth it.
It's a profound difference in how you show up when you've got skin in the game.
When your money, you put your money where your mouth is, and all of a sudden, whoa, I'm gonna show up as a different Jana.
And the best way I can visualize that or paint that picture is when you had your piano instructor come over and you were paying for lessons, and I mentioned that I wanted to learn the guitar. They offered to show me some chords and teach me a couple things. And I didn't really want to learn right then or care to pick that up.
And it was my money.
Now, if I had invested $10,000 to learn a song or $10,000 to learn how to play a progression on a guitar, there's a different level of investment and a different way of me showing up because I'm going to get my return on that.
Yeah, when people say, oh, I don't know what my values are. I don't know what my values are. I say, where are you spending your money? Look at your checkbook. Look at your bank account. You'll know exactly where your values are. And as soon as you put money into mentorship, and when I'm saying put money into mentorship, hire a coach, hire someone to help you achieve a goal, go after a dream, get rid of limiting beliefs. Just be accountable. There's so many different ways that a mentor can help. They shorten the path.
Yeah, because what we like to do is we like to think that our best friend who's been through bankruptcy or been through divorce is going to be able to help us with a relationship or finances. Like, let me tell you what I'm going through and you give me some advice and I'm going to go try that.
Yeah, don't do that.
That is not the best case scenario.
You don't go to a hairstylist with bad hair. You don't go to a dentist with no teeth.
Right.
Right? You don't go to a dermatologist with acne.
Stop listening to your broke ass friend's advice on how to buy stocks.
My broke ass friends.
Yeah. It's baffling. Broke ass friends.
Yes. Okay. So when it comes to mentors, though, how do you find a mentor? And to be completely transparent and honest, I feel when I try seeking out mentors and I want a guru to teach me everything about the world or to teach me how to get in touch with God or to teach me how do I communicate with my soul. All? I feel, you can Google, hey, can you tell me a guru near me? You know how that shows up on Google.
Let me see those Yelp reviews.
But truthfully, I feel
guru near you. That's the new website.
Sometimes the mentors find you. The teacher.
Do you feel that, or do you have proof of that?
Well, I have proof of that. I have proof of that.
Did I just shoot our wad before?
There's an old saying that says, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. I think it's a Buddhist saying.
Buddhist, Confucius, it's
and
one
it's
of those.
So true. I know that.
Been around for a minute.
For me, when I was going through a dark time, it was like 2019, I believe. And you came home and you're like, Jana, I was out on a sales call today and I saw all these people and they were giving out free tickets.
Free ticket.
Actually, did you buy a ticket?
I did buy a ticket and it came with a free ticket.
And then it came with, you can bring a companion.
Which the way my brain works is if I buy this ticket and I get a free ticket, I'm getting my ticket for half price, even if I take you. Like, even though I'm still buying,
Jason.
even though I'm buying yours, I'm still getting mine for half price, which that's a weird way to think about it when our money's coming out of the same household.
Long story short, I really didn't want to be there that day. So I took my markers with me. I don't know if you could see my journal from that time period. This is from 2019. I literally took my markers and I'm coloring in my journal and I write down these specific things. I would like to find a mentor that I want to emulate. This is on September 16th, 2019. And I say, I say, teacher, come teach me. I mean, I'm showing you right here. This is la la.
This is why we journal.
Yeah, this is my journal from 2019. Teacher, come teach me. And then I have specific attributes that I would like in a teacher. Dynamic, polished, well-spoken, it factor, wise, educated, successful financially, fit, funny, spiritual. And lo and behold, about 10 minutes after I colored this page to make it all nice and beautiful, as you can all see, this pompous, short, curly-haired man comes strutting down the middle of the aisle with this glitter sequins jacket.
Look like one of the Pips. Now, this is the thing. So in your mind, the image was probably something more like Clark Kent or Tony Robbins or
No, I was thinking of a female. Definitely a female.
So maybe a female. So in my mind, I would be thinking something more of like the Clark Kent, Superman-ish, Tony Robbins, something like that. And in your mind, you're thinking of a more polished female version. But every single attribute came down the aisle
that I was looking
mentor.
for. Exactly. And I mean, he starts off by making this stupid joke. It was so dumb.
But he loved it.
That he cackled. And we looked at each other and we were on the front row. And so we gave him like a courtesy laugh.
Right.
And then we actually ended up laughing at him for making such an absurd joke, for having the confidence and audacity to make such an absurd joke in front of all these people.
That's incredible that you would make that joke in front of 300 people.
And I don't even remember what it was.
It's like,
do you?
It's your stage. Do what you want. No, I have no idea now.
And then he pulls one of
these. But
the
fact that we remember it.
He's like, y'all want $5 extra in your pocket right now? And of course, everyone's like, yeah, that's why we're here. We're here to learn to make money. So he pulls out this $5 bill and he's like, well, here you go. Come get it. And he's like, do you remember this?
Yeah, nobody moved.
And he's dangling
one person
this
$5
bill. Nobody's moving. And then he puts it back in his pocket. And he's like, that's what's wrong with all of you. Is you're not taking advantage of the opportunity that's right in front of you.
All you had to do was act. All you had to do was make a move.
All you had to do was reach up and grab it. And we all sat there and you and I were on the front row and we all sat there just dumbfounded.
Like, is this an example? Is this a demonstration? Or do I need to go grab that? I think it was a 50.
I believe it was like $100 bill or something.
It wasn't I appreciate your generosity in saying it's a 5.
Okay,
it was a
anyway,
decent amount.
So what was so funny though is literally all of the judgment, the little judgment that Jana can have went through my head. I'm like, this guy is such a narcissist. Like, how dare he do this or act this way? Or does he think people are interested? And yet we all were leaning in.
Yep.
Tell me more. Tell
me more. And the room was packed.
The room was packed and we all paid money to be there. Not only did we pay money, but every time he would go to sell something, everybody was running to the back of the room
Let's go
to
get
give
those
their credit card.
registers.
The first 10 people can do this. Here you go. You know what I'm saying?
How do I sign up?
How do I get
So he just taught people how to start taking action. And then he was training people throughout this whole seminar. you better be the first to take action. And it was working.
But what was so crazy is I literally, if he just passed me in everyday life, I would say, okay, no thanks, right?
Right.
Like steer clear of me. However, at that season and where I was, especially in my business, he gave me something that I didn't know I needed.
Yeah. And all the criteria on your list were met.
And he showed up in this Kane Minkus rock star body. Now, the second thing that I want to add is that he immediately starts by doing this exercise, and he's like, everyone, I want you to write down all of your values that you have. Write down the value that you can give to the world.
Yeah. What do you bring to the table?
What do you bring to the table? I was going through a transition period at this time. My mind went blank.
You just took a brain fart.
I could not think of a single value.
I could have written a book about you at the time.
But I was like, I don't have any business. I have no business being here because I don't have a business and I have nothing to offer to even create a business. That's where I was at.
Right. That was the thought process.
And he sees that I'm not writing anything down with all my markers that are spread out on the table.
You in the front row. What's your name?
And he puts the microphone in my face and puts me on the spot and starts asking me questions.
Right. What's your story, lady?
And then next thing you know, he says, what's your story? And so I start talking and people start leaning in. You could hear a pin drop in that room.
300 people. Like E.F. Hutton. What? What's happening?
And when I was done telling my story, he says, why aren't you speaking to millions of people all over the world?
And where's your book?
And where's your book? And all of a sudden I'm like, right?
Feel like I'd heard that somewhere before. But
I know. The thing is Jason had been telling me that all along, but for some reason, when
this is why
you hear
we
it
need
from
mentors.
your friends,
We
your
need
parents, your
coaches.
family, your loved ones, your spouse.
The further away in distance the person is, the louder you can hear it from them.
Yes. And there's something about,
when it's positive.
And he was. What
So
he did was
negative,
he
you hear louder
believed in
from
me.
the closest. Positive, you hear louder from the distance.
Isn't that interesting?
And that's
Can
my
you
personal
repeat that?
experience.
Can you repeat that?
So when someone says something negative and they're close to you, like they mean a lot to you,
It goes deep.
it goes deep. You hear that so loud. And even if they don't mean it to be negative or hurtful, but you hear it so loud and it resonates and booms and will echo for decades.
It can almost traumatize you in
Yes.
some ways.
If someone says something wonderful and very edifying and they're close to you, it's very soft. And even if they're screaming it day in, day out,
It sometimes goes in one ear and out
it's
the
very
other.
soft. It doesn't land. It's bouncing off and going back. But if someone from a distance that you don't know says it, this is why someone passing you in the street that says, wow, you look really beautiful today.
Yeah.
We hear that differently because we're like, they have nothing to gain. They don't have to love me.
Oh my
and
gosh.
they're telling me how beautiful and wonderful I look
Yeah,
today.
that is so, that I just had an aha moment. Thank you.
That's why we don't
for
hear things under our
bringing
own
that
roof.
to
That's why our
my
kids don't
attention.
listen to us. Right?
To make a long story short, mentors, I believe, will speed up your journey
So
by
much.
at least 10 times.
100%.
And
they,
I look back to the year that I spent with Kane Minkus. He called me out several times. He called me out. He maybe gave me some hard truths that I don't know if any other person would have.
No. And a mentor is someone who has been there or is there and is doing it and is willing to give you advice and kind of show you what that process and system looks like. And that's the key.
This morning I was looking back at all of the notes in here, and there's several. I am so grateful for Rockstar Industries and Kane Minkus. So it all came to fruition, and I did write a book during that time, I did not publish it.
Yep.
However, I am now thinking I might revisit it and maybe
I think now they're
polish it a little bit.
Different light texture on the book.
Yes, I agree with that.
It has a different feel to it.
Because I'm in a different
and feels
place.
more like a Living Lucky book.
Oh, but I do have my journals out.
Right.
Which is so funny that this journal has been, I mean, I've got hundreds of these.
I think what I love about going back to your journals is seeing now with how you journal and how we use the formula of literally the things that you put in the journal, how they happen weeks and months later.
Because we're constantly manifesting.
Yeah.
And when we realize that we are all creators, we just need to learn how to steer, guide, and co-create with a divine
And when you have a
source.
record of it, then you can see, oh my God, are you kidding me? Like if you
Yes.
had not written that down and just thought, this is what I want, your mind can tell you, oh, I'm missing this, I'm missing that. But when you see it on paper and then you recognize that, oh gosh, I got literally exactly what I wrote down 10 minutes ago.
Uh-huh.
And you had never met the person, had done no research.
I
because
know.
I just said, hey, do you want to come? Because otherwise
know.
I'm gone all day.
I wouldn't have
Saturday
gone.
and Sunday.
Once I would have seen that sparkly glitter
Right. If
jacket,
you had done
I would
any
be like,
research, you wouldn't have
no
gone."
thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Keep living lucky. Go
Bye-bye.
get it.